Dusty, man. Dusty meets Dusty. This is exciting. Welcome to the Ancora Collective podcast. Just trying to connect other creative people. Colorado, really, but hey, if it reaches beyond that, that's awesome too. Just tell me a little bit about some things that you're up to, Dusty, with Route 285, and we'll kind of start there.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, so I Route 285 is kind of what happened with a combination of things going on. One of which is I wanted to find a list of Colorado companies that was like comprehensive and had some explanation about them. Um, One of the other things I do on the side is make backpacks and bags. So that's kind of why I was interested in like what else was out there. It was a good opportunity to jump into some like new web technologies. So it was kind of a few, I could tackle a few things at once with the project.
Heck yeah! What a feat! I mean, I was kind of cruising around the website. You have quite the list of companies. What? How did you go about putting it together?
Yeah, slowly. There's more coming as well. My wife and I just, went out, searched, read a bunch of articles, and started compiling a list, and then gathering the data. So yeah, it's been I don't know, maybe 8 months worth of kind of finding companies and getting them up there.
Okay, nice. And what would you say is your main passion behind it?
Um, it, I guess probably like web development is the main driver. Um, that's what I do mostly, and there was some new technologies I wanted to check out. So this seemed like a good project. Seemed like it was a niche that needed something, and yeah.
Yeah, I love that it's encouraging shop local. Like that's such a big thing right now, and
Hmm.
it just kind of brings all these awesome brands. I mean, Colorado is one of the best states in my opinion. I'm sure yours as well. But just to try and have that collaborative effort of like, hey, here's all these awesome companies doing great things. How can we connect them together? And so I'm interested to see how that kind of furthers and further comes to life as you keep moving down that path.
Yeah, me too. I mean, it's amazing how much cool stuff is either based here or made here, even, and it's hard to find. So hopefully
Yeah,
this
so
helps.
hard to find. What would you say is your like number one, like out of all your research and finding these companies to put on your directory? What's one that stands out that people should really know about?
Um, CG Habitats, I really like their stuff. They've been a really good one. Um,
What's their what do they do? Or
Snowboard and skate clothing and
okay,
apparel.
cool,
Yep.
love that, dude. Awesome, man. Well, when you're not connecting people with local brands through Route 285, what have you found has become most important in life for you personally?
Um, Friends and family obviously spend a lot of time with that, especially with COVID and all that going on. And then yeah, creating stuff. Like I find I have to be creating stuff. So um, you know, I find a lot of new projects and kind of circle back and keep working on old ones. So that's
You said you were making packs.
hmm
Okay, so because you do a lot of like software development and coding and that kind of stuff, so I feel like those are two opposite sides of the brain. How do you bounce back and forth, or when do you bounce back and forth?
yeah, totally. So the packs, that's um that's kind of just like pure creative outlet at this point. We did a Kickstarter and sold a few, but yeah, like after sitting at the computer all day, it's nice to like make something with your hands. Um, I don't make all of them, but I make the prototypes.
Oh, okay, very nice. And then just collaborate with other companies that put it together for you, or
Hmm.
okay,
Yep.
that's awesome. I would love to. One of my dreams is like I love ghost towns in Colorado,
Oh
and
yeah.
I think it would be really cool to do the ATV trail from St. Elmo over to Tin Cup
Yeah.
and like actually camp along the way. Like take your time in getting there and spend 3 or 4 nights. I think that would be so much fun.
Yeah. That sounds like it would be an awesome trip.
Yeah. What have you done in that regard as far as just packing in and just disconnecting from technology?
Yeah, I don't get to as much as I'd like, but I like four wheeling and similar kind of exploring the trails, and if I can camp out there for a night or two, that's always great.
Yeah, it seems like so much work trying to get all the gear put together. It's like one night, it's just, oh, that was so much work. You feel like you got to have a vacation when you come home after one night, so you got to go for a
Yeah, yeah, it
couple.
ends up being a lot of work.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm kind of the kind of guy that likes to take a little too much stuff too. I don't really, it's funny, like the whole idea to go into nature is kind of disconnect and like leave stuff behind. And I'm like, man, I got to get the music box, the cooler of beer, like all this stuff. I'm like, how am I going to get this to this remote destination?
Yeah, yeah, it adds up quick, especially
gotta
with
learn,
kids.
gotta learn how to pack light, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, cool, man. What would you say is your opinion on, I guess, nature minus technology or nature plus technology?
I guess I would lean towards minus technology. I mean, GPS is nice to have, and some music here and there, but yeah, I try to go pretty light on the tech when I go.
Yeah, yeah. I was just talking with my buddy, and we were saying, I mean, even a mountain bike, right, is a product of technology. Because when I
Yeah,
think technology, I think my phone and just the connection to the grid.
right.
So even like the things that we use to get there, it's all technology. But like that's not really fair because it's like
Right.
you got to have
Yeah.
some of that stuff. The kayaks, the mountain bikes, the fun stuff that you can really engage with
Yeah,
nature.
yeah. I mean, even the tents and sleeping bags and all that stuff is a lot of it's pretty high tech materials and construction too. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good point.
absolutely. I don't think it's common that people think that far into it. They're like, we want to ban oil, but it's like, well, you need the oil to make the kayak that you're out there, like spinning around on your
Yeah,
lake.
right.
So funny. Oh, cool, man. Well, yeah, with talking about technology and it kind of it being that double-edged sword a little bit, it sounds like you have like a lot of fun stuff going on in building websites, apps, just the back end coding side of things. And so I was kind of like trying to figure out a little bit about who you are so we could chat about some of these things. And it sounds like, I mean, from 2016 even beyond that, you've been coding since the 1990s, it sounded like. I mean,
Yep.
shoot, dude, you've been up to a lot of fun stuff. So one thing that stood out to me was location intelligence. And
Yeah.
I just wanted to kind of pick your brain on, how does that work? What do people need to know about it?
Yeah. I mean, I've been out of it for a couple of years, so I'm sure it's changed a bit, but that was a fun project. We were doing stuff all Bluetooth based, which is pretty similar to how a lot of the COVID tracking is done. Um, and we were using it for marketing purposes, so there's a little different there, but um, yeah, we had Bluetooth hardware that we designed and apps on the phone that would help primarily would help brands and retailers, like help people um, inside the stores.
Okay, tell me a little bit about that. So is it like a like hidden gems, almost like the AI stuff you see now, where you can like hold your phone up and then a new like thing
Yeah,
pops up?
you could do things like that. Yeah, or you could. A lot of interest was just in like tracking foot traffic flow through the store and optimizing that stuff. Definitely some marketing use cases. Um, yeah, a lot of different things.
Dude, that's insane. So like if I was running a retail shop and I had, 100 people come through and as long as their phone was on, the system would basically track that information on the user or how would that work?
Yeah, it would track on the device. You would need to have an app and like allow the location permissions and all that stuff as well. So it ended up being like a pretty small subset of people.
Okay.
Um, but for bigger retailers, like just knowing what's popular in the store, like what areas are popular is pretty valuable. So
Yeah.
um, yeah,
Dude, we did a recent concept for an outdoor shopping mall. Once COVID hit, they were thinking, it was around Easter time actually, and they were like, "Man, we can't do our Easter on location egg hunt." So I thought, it'd be cool to make like a virtual egg hunt for parents to sit down with their kids on the website because one, it would drive traffic to the website and keep keep your the bounce rate down because they're spending so much time interacting with all these clickable elements. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, what if you started hiding promotions within the clickable elements? So it's like not only are they finding fun facts about, the different things they could find on your property, but oh man, I just found this like $50 off coupon buried within this
Yeah.
activity. They're like, we really like that idea. So we kind of put it together, ran some ads to it, collected emails. I think they got over like 850 local emails out of the campaign. They're like,
Wow.
this was so exciting. And so we never took it a step beyond that. But I'm like, man, could you think of like interactive treasure hunts for adults, to where you go to the website, find these things and they're almost clues, kind of like the Pokemon Go type stuff.
Right.
Find
Yeah.
clues that tell you now you have to go to the location and then use your phone to like find invisible clues on site and grab those coupons or discounts, whatever that might be.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think that'd be a lot of fun, man. I'm all for like the newest and latest and greatest marketing efforts in the virtual space, especially. I think there's a lot of fun to be had there.
Yeah, there's definitely some cool stuff going on there, and
How to make it happen is a whole nother story.
yeah, that's where it gets tricky.
need guys and gurus like you, right? Cool, man. Well, let's chat about, I guess now that we're talking, I brought up like the virtual space a little bit. Have you seen anything as far as the coding side? Have you done anything on the virtual reality, augmented intelligence, that kind of stuff?
I haven't done much, no.
No.
Um, no, I haven't had anything that's like jumped out as a good use case for that.
Yeah. We're trying to play around with the 360 cameras, and I thought it would be cool to, especially now, it's like when you hit a trailhead and you go find like this epic waterfall that takes so much time to get to, whatever it is, how cool would it be to bring that back into your living room and relive that in a moment when you're, jamming out on coding and you're like, your mind just needs a break, throw on your VR headset, and now you're at your favorite waterfall, up near Estes Park or something, just to
Yeah.
like have that mental clarity. I think would be super fun and cool to put together.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
I don't know what kind of, if the little Insta 360 cameras are high enough quality to bring that to life or not, but we're just kind of testing things out and playing with it. And
Yeah. Yeah, I like that idea. That's cool.
thanks, man. Well, let's see here. What, it sounds like you're always busy, and what's keeping you up lately at night these days?
I mean, I wouldn't say much is keeping me up, but yeah, I like to end the day with like doing some prototyping on the backpacks and kind of unwind that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is there a project that you're currently working on right now that you're just trying to get to the finish line?
No, not currently.
No.
No.
Yeah, I hear you there. It's kind of COVID has messed everybody up, I feel like.
Yeah, it definitely has.
What would be your kind of going back to the Route 285 thing and the packs? What would be your hopes in kind of seeing the 285 community kind of really start to grow and bolster?
Yeah. I think ultimately it would be cool to do a bunch of interviews with a lot of the makers and get their perspective on stuff. And then I'd like to make the search a little bit better so that you could like really find what you want quickly and just go directly to it. So
Yeah, I love that. It seems like it's more product driven. Is that right? Do you have like experiences as well on the Route 285, or is it all like companies that offer products?
yeah, it's a good point. It's all product based at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, but experiences would be good too, actually.
Yeah, I was like looking at hot air balloon experiences the other day, and I was surprised. Like most of the websites on the hot air balloon companies are awful, for one,
Terrible.
and two, I'm like, man, the art of flight has me so intrigued. Like I want to do the paramotor with the pack with the fan.
Yeah.
I want. It was like, what is it, like $8,000 though to like start up and get your license and get all the gear? Like,
Oh
do you
wow.
know much about that, or do you have any companies on 285 that does paramotor stuff?
No, I don't.
No.
Yeah, that's cool. Like I said, I haven't really think about that angle, but
Could be
that'd be a
fun,
good
man. Like kind of like the
section to add.
Airbnb. They offer the experiences or whatever, but you could like,
Mhm.
here's all these companies that you could go kick it for the weekend or a day or half a day.
Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah,
fun.
there's tons of stuff like that too. So that would be great.
This was like 5 years ago. My buddy and I, we started a company called Rocky Mountain Adventure Junkies. It's no longer, but the idea was that it was going to be a kind of a directory site similar to yours, but it was all driven for things to do.
Yeah.
And dude, the YouTube channel is still like rock. Like I log in every now and then. There's one video on there with like 750,000 views, and it was the dumbest thing. It was like, remember when the ice bucket challenge was a
Oh
thing?
yeah, yeah.
Like
Yep.
literally we did this challenge where he got in a tank of ice water. So instead of dumping the ice on him, we filled up a 55-gallon barrel of ice water, and he got in it, and people would donate per minute he stayed in. And I'm
Oh
pretty sure
wow.
like after 7 minutes you could like get pneumonia and die. I don't know how that works, but so we had the timer going, and he got out right before the EMT was like, all right, dude, you're good. You
Done.
need to get out. Cause yeah, I think it was like at 45 seconds, his face just all of a sudden like, it was like he got like super high. He was just, this is amazing. He was like fine with it. It was like his body just froze, and he was like, I could sit here all day.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
I
awesome.
was thinking about ways to repurpose that channel because I still own the rights to it and everything. But that could be like a cool collaboration effort, maybe with Route 285, is like sync up some
Yeah.
of those videos. Because man, we did like whitewater rafting, the indoor skydiving, like supercar driving, the exotic supercar driving experience up the canyon. Dude, there was so
Nice.
much fun stuff that we did. So I'll
That's
have to
cool.
circle back with you after this and
Yeah,
see how
definitely.
maybe like try and push some traffic maybe over to Route 285. That might be cool.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. So did you like video all those experiences? Is that
Yeah, that
yeah,
was my thing. I was the video producer,
nice.
and he was kind of the guy that built the site and kind of got the products. And the idea was we would trade. We would do the video for barely nothing, almost for free. But the
Hmm.
thought was they would have to carry our product line. So then we would get the money from the selling of the shirts and the hats and everything. But the
Right.
problem was, I think we didn't have enough startup capital, and we couldn't get enough products into the stores that we were shooting for. And so it ended up, all these companies got killer videos, but we never got any money.
Oh
So that's
yeah.
why that one collapsed.
Yeah. That's a good I like that idea though. That's
Yeah, I
awesome.
mean it's not dead. It's like pick it back
Yeah.
up and start running with it again. I think there's a lot of fun stuff to do on that element.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, in a perfect world, what do you wish you had more time for every day? I mean, we're always the mundane tasks of work and trying to grind and get the bills paid. But, if bills weren't a thing, what do you wish you had more time for?
Yeah. Um I guess not on a day-to-day basis, but just in general, like getting out and camping a bit more and enjoying the Colorado mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, I'm the same way. It's like so many people, especially my East Coast family, they're like, "Man, I feel like we were so jealous of you. You like have those beautiful mountains right in your backyard." I'm like, I literally have been camping maybe twice in the last like 3 years. Like it's so sad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like it just goes so fast and it's back to winter again.
Yeah, dude, I'm liking the books behind you. You're into books, it looks like.
Yep, definitely.
Okay, what's a good book that you might recommend? Maybe for me or someone in Colorado, or just one that you're reading right now.
Let me think. I read The Biggest Bluff recently, which was
Okay.
like kind of um it was about this lady that learned to play professional poker and like ended up getting to the World Series and cashing there.
Wow.
So that was really interesting. It's kind of about her journey and how she did that, and I think it was like in under 2 years
Oh
that she
wow,
yeah
dude,
turned
that's
like legit
impressive.
pro.
I lose most of the time when I play Texas Hold'em.
Yeah,
I'm the worst bluff.
yeah,
So is that the style of books you like, or more like personal, like following someone's real life journey, or what do you like to read?
yeah, yeah. Definitely, I like those
Documentary.
biographies and things like that.
I'm sorry, I cut you off. What'd you say?
Oh yeah, like biographies and
Okay.
yeah,
That's awesome. Just got involved with a book club where they get 20 people together, and we all get the same book. And then at the end of the month, the author comes on in like a space like this, and we all get to meet the author and have a question and answer. It's like an hour and a half long like virtual event.
yeah.
So cool. Evan Carmichael was the author of Built to Serve, and he's like
Hmm.
an inspirational. You look him up on YouTube. He is all about like just belief and believing and entrepreneurship and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But man, I've never been into books as much as I have in the last like year and a half to 2 years. I just find myself really getting lost in that time, and it's just especially self-improvement books. I can get lost on an Audible. I like listening to a lot of it while I'm driving
Yeah.
because it's hard to find. Like I got two kids, and to have a quiet moment in the house is not always possible.
Yeah. 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 I love Audible as well. And yeah, it's hard to find the time even with that.
We'll do with the we'll start to wrap up here pretty quick, but with coding, I always get these ads across my social platforms because I've got kids now, and it seems like a lot of companies are trying to get kids at a young age into coding. What would be your I guess tip or a piece of advice for aspiring young coders? I guess is that what they're called? I don't even know.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't had much luck with my kids, but
No.
they do like Scratch, which is like a programming for kids kind of game. Um, and you can do a lot in there. So
Okay.
that's
How old
usually
are
what
your
I tell
kids?
people to try it.
How old are your kids?
10 and 12 now.
10 and 12? Okay.
Yeah.
I got a 5-year-old and a 1-year-old, so I'm a little ways behind you, but I'm
Yeah.
always thinking of things to introduce her to see what she likes and what she doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely check out Scratch. That's a good
Okay,
one.
cool. Awesome, man. Well, if people want to connect with you, where's the best place for them to find you?
Probably my website, which is candland.net, and
Okay.
also on Twitter at Candland.
Okay. So Twitter out of all the platforms is kind of where you're most active.
That's where I still hang out. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I like that. I'm not on Twitter much, but maybe I should be. What's your favorite thing about Twitter?
Um, I guess kind of it's just like the free flow of stuff. You get a good sampling of things out there, and um, it's easy to connect with people too, which is really nice.
That's awesome. I need to
Yeah.
I need to watch a tutorial. I feel like it's like you figure out one, and then you're like, oh crap, now I got to go to figure out TikTok, and now I got to figure out this. It's like out of
Yeah.
all the platforms, would you say it's just best to pick one and get really good at that one?
I don't know. I mean, I just like Twitter personally.
Yeah.
It's easy, and I've been on there forever, so
All right.
I guess I'm
Well, I
comfortable.
will.
But
I have
yeah,
an account. I'll come find you and follow you, and maybe I'll have my first Twitter connection there.
nice.
All right. One last surprise question for you. This is my buddy Curran. He always asks this question, and I just love it so much. If you imagine the lights go out in the entire world, everybody wakes up tomorrow morning, they look out their window, and everybody sees the same billboard, and you have control of the message that's on that billboard, what would you put on the billboard?
I've heard this question before. I mean, I want to say like be kind or chill out or you know,
Yeah, there you go.
relax. I don't know, something like that.
That's good. Yeah, I love that. Well, man, I really appreciate your time today. Looking forward to seeing everything you do throughout 285 and all the other endeavors you're interested in, and we'll catch up soon.
Awesome. Yeah. Thanks for reaching out.
Thank you, man.